All right, hello everybody. Thanks for joining. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. I wanted to add this video to my channel. I'm a big Gran Turismo 7 player. I mean, I love Gran Turismo 7. I'm not the best at it, but I definitely love playing it on the weekly daily races. So this one was last week's race. It was Group 3. It was race B, and this was at Sardegna. So this particular race here, I just wanted to highlight because this was a great race. And this is just an example of, in sport mode, how you can have a really great race sometimes. I mean, I've had plenty ups and downs in this mode. I still have a lot of ups and downs. Like I said, I'm not the greatest. My rating's only a B, but I'm slowly trying to climb my way up to A. But this race, to me, is how good racing should be done. And I just wanted to show an example of that. But I also have an example of exactly the opposite, where, well, you'll see. I'll just leave it as a surprise. So here we go. Starting off, I start in 5th position in the Corvette. Actually, let me put on the race details here. Okay, so I start off in the Corvette in 5th place, right behind, what was the guy's name? Badoba? And I got this guy Rensler and Masubi right there with me. So it's already a close race. You can see we're taking the turns pretty side up. That somebody wipes out there. Who was that who wiped out? Using the Genesis. Completely got taken out. Oh man, yeah, he got ruined in the first corner. That's always the worst. You know, sometimes in these races, people attack that first corner too aggressively. But here I am. I moved up to 3rd with that crash, and I'm hanging in there. Masubi's right on my tail, and I'm right behind Badoba. But as you'll see, this little group that we have here, this little foursome, 1, 2, 3, and 4, we just end up having a really, really good race. Everybody was racing close, taking the turns really tight, but no one's trying to wreck each other. We were genuinely trying to race. And that's what I always love, is when you get that group of guys or girls, whoever, that just wants to race. And there's going to be a little bit of bumping. There's going to be a little bit of, this person may take a corner slower than you, but you try to pass them safely, race safely. And that's what I really want to show here. So here I am in 3rd place. Right next to me, what's his race name? Spicy Checo. And then right behind me, I got Masubi. He gives me a little bit of a bump there. Again, nothing where I'm going to go crazy like, oh, he hit my car. Let me go off on this guy and try to wreck him in the next turn. No, that was a friendly bump. Even this guy right next to me. I mean, he's doing a clean pass. I'm taking the outside line. Zabullet, go ahead. You can have that line. I'm not going to try to cut you off. I'm not in a position to defend it. Here comes Masubi. Same thing. Maybe I could have cut it a little bit over to the left to defend it, but I was already on my line. I'm not going to go and try to, wreck my car just to cut somebody off. If I already had that line, sure, but I didn't. So here we go. This is lap 2. These races were pretty quick. There was only 5 laps to it. Here I am, lap number 2, right behind Masubi. And I really just tried to keep it as close as I could to this guy. So, he's taking the turn at his pace. I'm just trying to keep pace with him. I'm not trying to push him out if I'm going a little bit faster on that turn because, it's not safe to pass, and you don't want to wreck somebody. And he was racing clean, so yeah, let's keep it clean. Alright, let's speed it up here a little bit. Really want to get to the good part of this race. I mean, as you can see, we're both like, about keeping the same pace. All 4 of us are kind of in the same group. Forward it a little bit. Again, same thing, we're all keeping pace with each other in lap 3. Okay, so here's where the race starts to get a little bit more interesting. You see coming up on lap 4, we're all starting to kind of tighten up. I'm here in the back, but you'll see when I get into the slipstream, I slowly start to creep up on these guys. So here we go. They're all slowing down each other in the turn. Now I'm really kind of getting up into the pack here. Slowly but surely, I'm going to creep my way up into the ranks with them. All right, right about here on the back straightaway, I'm going to get some ground. You know, the slipstream on this race was pretty good, so as long as you could get within about 0.5 seconds of the other car, you were able to gain some ground. So here we go. We're 2x2 almost here. I'm still just behind Masubi. Zabullet is trying to get ahead of how do you say that? Boada. Let's say Boada. But Boada takes a turn too wide and actually hits the curve there. He almost wipes out there a little bit. He gave it a little bit too much power. So now I'm gaining a place, taking Badoa's place. But then you got Masubi and Zabullet here having a nice little battle. So you can see again, you know, we're all still in this nice little group. Nobody is trying to wreck anybody. You know, everybody's, you know, playing nice in terms of passing each other. And then here's where it's just a really nice formation. All 4 of us, you know, just tackling the course. You know, there's a little bit of battling here. You see Masubi and Zabullet battling a little bit, but even, you know, Masubi got back on there. He just established his position, but he's not trying to ram Zabullet off the track. You know, but he just wanted to let him know, like, hey, I'm here, you know. So, again, really, in my mind, really clean racing. Nobody is coming after each other, trying to ruin the race. My position got taken back by Badoa here, but as you can see, I'm right behind these guys, so we're all trying to keep pace. And you got Badoa right on the tail of Masubi. Masubi's taking it wide. Masubi, I kind of get in there a little bit. I mean, Masubi almost spins out, but you know, I had the spot where I could gain on him. I didn't push him out of the way. I was just trying to get past since he had taken that turn wide. You know, it was a pretty clean move there in my book. You know, Masubi wasn't too upset about it, and after the race, I thanked him. So, you know, everybody was a good sport. So yeah, this race, I come out, you know, third place on the final lap here. But yeah, this was a really good race. I had a lot of fun battling with these guys the whole time. Excellent race. This is the kind of race that you want. Now, let's show a different example. Okay, here is the exact opposite of what happened earlier. I want you to keep an eye on this guy, Jax4 GT. This is just the epitome of a spoiled sport when it comes to racing. So I'm going to let this one play a little bit more in its entirety, at least while I'm behind Jax4T. And you know what? I'll let you guys be the judge of this, because at the end of this race, him and I got into a bit of an argument about what clean racing is versus non-clean racing. So as you can see, you know, I'm in 6th place. You know, I'm not trying to push my way through here. I'm just racing as I should. I mean, I got guys behind me that are also trying to get around, so I'm just trying to keep pace. All right, still behind Jax4 GT. You know, nothing offensive, just trying to stay in his slipstream, keep behind him. Yeah, everybody's keeping up pretty good. No touching there, you know, again, if I'm out to be malicious, you know, most people just you know, will punch you right off the track as soon as they get close, but I'm trying to slow down in enough time give him his space to make his turns. Didn't even bump him right there. Got really close, but didn't bump him. Okay, he goes a bit wide. I, carefully take that turn. Don't make any contact with anybody. He gets right behind me. Doesn't make any contact either. Still a good race so far. Everything's very clean. There he goes. He gave me a little push there. No big deal. That happens. He didn't try to bump me off. I didn't feel. A little bit of pushing right here. Again, nothing too offensive. Even this guy, Zoomer. I wasn't really trying to drive through him. He oversteered a little bit, just trying to get around. Since he was going slower in the turn. Some people will purposely almost try to spin you out by turning or driving into you. I took my foot off the gas just a little bit to kind of keep him straight. Here he comes again. He's there. But again, just taking the turn, even taking it wide to give him some room. And just because I had already pulled out of the turn, I get more speed coming out of it. Okay, so far the race is fairly good. Oh, let me back it up a little bit. So I think I took this turn wide here. Let's see what happens. Oh no, this guy. So okay, I get pushed a little bit here. I mean, this is kind of what I'm talking about. This guy dive bombed me a little bit. I mean, I did leave enough room. If you do that, you just kind of have to expect it. Again, I'm not upset. Just trying to, stay away from anybody who's being overly aggressive. Like even right here, I'm not trying to be too aggressive with them, but I did kind of take that line, and he had to take the wider outer turn, but I didn't push him off. Whoops. All right, so let's keep going here. We're in lap 3. Race is almost half over, and I mean things are still going really well. Right behind me, I got Jack's 4 GT. Now, I want you to see what happens with this guy, because he's the one that really becomes a problem with me. So there's a little mild contact there, very mild contact. We're racing side by side. I'm not pushing him off. I still got the lead. I'm taking the turn here under pretty good speed. Here we come to a tight turn. I stay inside intentionally just to kind of, slow him down a little bit. Now here he comes. He gets through both of us, and no big deal. Hey, he's got the line, or he's got the position. I'm not going to try to take it away from him. I'm just going to try to stay on my line. Here's where the problem comes into play. Okay, he slows down here. I slow down. Give him ever so. I mean, let me rewind this, because I want you to see the bump he gets here from me, if any at all. No contact. There was nothing. Zero. Yeah, I'm still right behind him. Nothing offensive. I'm getting a little bit of position. I try right there. Very minor contact again. I don't bump him off at all. He passes me, spins me out intentionally, and after the race, he said I deserve that. Now I want to go back and see why he thinks I deserve this. Okay, here we are. I'm not taking him off his line. There's no contact. I'm not forcing him out. I have right here in my eyes, I have an opening. So I go for this opening. I make zero contact with him on this opening. Zero. He takes the turn wide himself. That's 100% on him. And I still give him space. Like at this point, I'm driving perfectly straight. His option, he needs to slow down if he wants to get off the grass, or he can try to speed up and beat me. But he can't do that because he's kind of stuck on the grass. So I pass him, and he drives into me. Now I'm going to switch to his perspective, and let's go actually to his input. He's hanging right. You see the little red dot there? He's turning right into me. And he did it twice. And again, he even admitted it after he did it on purpose. But it's just a dirty move. Like, why do this dirty move? I passed him perfectly clean. I didn't even bump him before getting here. He claims I tried to spin him out several times. This is a totally dirty driver, and I hate this. So I hate this about sport mode when people do stuff like this. Ruin my race right there. Completely. I end up facing backwards. And my race is pretty much done because I'm trying to turn around. I still don't think I've turned around yet. Yep. It completely just ruined my entire race. So, you know, I mean, GT Sport, or not GT Sport, Sport Mode in GT7, it's a lot of fun. You know, it definitely takes some bit of skill to, you know, get these tracks and the timing down, but it's so much fun when you get really good races with people and you guys are of the same skill level, the same pace level, but when you just get dirty moves like that, I mean, you know, it's not cheating, but it just sours the game, you know, makes it not fun playing online. There is one more example I want to show. I think I got this guy's clip saved. Let's see where. Okay, so I start off in 9th place here. Again, it wasn't the greatest race. You know, I made a mistake early on, but again, I was getting really comfortable with this track. So you'll see I make a mistake, but I actually ended up, you know, gaining several places back. And you'll just see kind of how it goes. So start off here, flying pretty good, and I get bumped there, and just really knocked to the side, and actually end up hitting somebody else myself. So I really just kind of got knocked out of place, and I don't know if that guy did that on purpose. Let's see what happened here. Okay, I'm coming up on the side. I've got plenty of space. We got space here. And I think I tried to, you know, I don't know if he stayed over to the right on purpose. But either way, you know, it ended up knocking me into the side. I mean, yeah, that's a tough one. I have to see his input. I'm not sure what he was doing there. No, yeah, he's going left, so I think he was just going fast, and the angle his car was at just kind of took him into it. Oh well, no big deal. I wasn't trying to come after him afterwards, you know, it happens. Alright. So then there's another big wreck up here. So I go from 16th to 14th. Guy in 13th, I get ahead of him as well. So I'm in 13th place from 16th after having a big crash there in the very first turn. But you know what? No big deal. I mean, there's still a long race to go. This guy crashes himself. So now I'm up another place. I'm in 12th place. So, you know, as long as I race carefully, slowly but surely, I can sort of get a respectable place back. That's all I'm hoping for at this point. Okay, so again, coming around the turn up here, got another guy. He's over here mowing the lawn. Yep, he's turned around. So now I'm in 11th place. Doing pretty well, actually, for saying I just wiped out. Alright, now I'm still in 11th place. You can see on the upper right there, the red arrow, there's still a pretty big gap between me and the guy ahead of me, but no big deal. You know, I'm just going to continue racing. Make this this turn. Now I'm starting to, this guy wipes out in front of me. Okay, now I'm in 10th place all of a sudden. So I'm getting a little bit more back into the race, you know. And I think this was on hard tires too. I started all these races with hard because I figured the best bet would be to use the worst tire in the beginning. That way, you know, you could keep pace with that, and then at the end of the race, okay, I'm gonna stop talking here because this is where the dirtiness happens. I mean, I love this guy's car, Goldie TV. Remember this guy? He's got a YouTube channel, whatever. You know, I'm not promoting him, but he's doing his little thing as well. I like the graphics on the car, by the way. But yeah, this asshole. Look at this, perfectly clean pass. I am close as you can possibly be. Close is close to get around this guy without touching him. Still not touching him. Just perfect, clean pass. Took the corner as nice as I possibly could. Oh, but does is that okay with him? I don't know. Let's see. Nope. Apparently he didn't like that. So, he's just like, fuck this guy. I'm gonna pit maneuver him. You know, because I just want to be an example of a dirty shit driver in Gran Turismo. This is an example of a dirty shit driver. What the fuck is this? But again, I just took it. I got to take it on the chin right there. And somehow, maybe I need to learn how to do this better, but I always end up getting turned around the opposite way. And then I got to sit here and do an Austin Powers move to get turned back around. Every single fucking time. It just drives me nuts. Anyway, all that hard work I just did got wiped out by that asshole Lord Goldie. Now, the funny part is, this guy, in all his infinite wisdom, is in 10th place. You know, I mean, hey, I know he's trying his little heart out and trying to do the best he can. Now, he doesn't do anything aggressive to these guys. Just because he doesn't want to. I don't know. I really don't know. Again, trying to get in the heads of some of these people in Gran Turismo, you just don't even try because it's a sewer pipe out there. Anyway, he's struggling here. He's a shit driver. Fuck this guy. Yeah, here he goes. He's taking his little turns and piddling along his place. You got two guys right behind him, but those guys got penalties, so he kind of lucks out with that. He's taking this turn a little slow, like he did with me, but So this guy ends up passing him, and he just lets him go by. Again, I don't know why, he spun me out. I wasn't even close to this guy the entire race, and he just decided to spin me out. But it's just dirty players. This is an example of one. He goes along here, but here's the funny part, so he's in, 7th at this point. All right, let's go a couple laps ahead. He's still in 7th, now he's in 8th. And he gets bashed, which is, it's probably good, he deserves it. Who bashes him? He tries to spin that guy. See, he tries to do the same thing and ends up spinning himself out. A little bit of karma there. Now he's in 10th place. Let's see where I'm at. I've come all the way back to 13th. I mean, it's not a great position, but being the fact that I wrecked twice already, once my own football. Not quite my own fault, but I got wrecked. And then this one where he just decided to be, funny or whatever he thought he was doing. So here we go for the tire change. To get out of here, I'm still in 14th, but where's he at? Yeah, he's in 7th now. This is already lap 7. The race is half over. He's all the way in 5th now. But I think he still has to stop to take a pit. There's his pit stop. Now he's back to 11th. So I'm only, what, 2 places away from him? Or 1 in between us? So now I'm back a little bit further. This guy passed me up. Now it's 1 place in between us again. Now I'm right behind him. He's still got a ways to go, but I'm catching up close to him. There's another wreck in front. Yeah, he's slowly coming up on him. He wrecks himself. The shit driver that he is. He couldn't help it. He actually, oh well, that's because he tried to wreck someone else. Again, you know. Well, he spun himself out. That's 1. Completely spun himself out. Then I pass him, you know, so, you know, already. Then he gets this guy. He tried to swerve into that guy and ended up hitting the wall himself. You know, I mean, hey, some people, if you don't care about the game, or if you don't take it too serious, that's one thing. But, you know, you play this game because you want to try to have fun with it, and it's not fun being wrecked. So, you know, yeah, this guy, he ends up, I think, in, I don't know, 10th place or something. I end up in 9th place, you know, which I'll take it, you know, for what it is. I mean, like I said, I had a bad start there, which is, I did have a lot of fun, like I said, with this track this week. I like when they make you do a little bit of strategy. You know, you kind of have to time it when you want to pit, and then you have to, you know, decide. One thing I did that helped me a lot was I did all my practice laps on racing hard tires. So I was kind of, you know, worst case scenario, let me get used to this track. Let me try to get the fastest time I possibly can with the worst possible tire. And then so when it came down to the actual race, when I would go to the medium tires, I could push a little bit harder without, you know, that being my baseline. My baseline was already racing for hard tires, but now I have that extra sort of, you know, cushion to race on a better tire compound. And that seemed to work pretty well for me. So, all right, so that's it for you know, GT7 race reviews this week. This week I think it's race B is Group 1 cars on Watkins Glen. I need to practice on that. Group 1 is nice. You know, right now I think it needs a little bit more balancing. The Veyron is the meta car again this week, and that's because the downforce on it is freaking incredible. You can hit the turns going at you know, incredible speeds as opposed to other cars. Actually, let's hop over there and take a look. Yeah, so race B, Group 1. So Group 1, most of the meta cars are, like I said, the Veyron. I posted a time there. My time is very bad. I need to work on this, but I only did a couple laps. You can see, though, global ranking completely dominated by the Veyron. I mean, there's literally no other car that people are using. So Group 1 needs some serious balancing when it comes to viable cars, just to make it interesting. I mean, and these guys are posting, I mean, low one. What's the best time? 125. And I'm posting a 136. One of my friends here posted a 130. So, you know, it's definitely a very high speed track. And yeah, Group 1 can be a little tricky because the downforce is insane. I mean, you almost don't even need your brakes. But you also have to be careful with your steering input because the car turns on a dime. It's insane. The Nürburgring is also, now this is 600% reward increase, which is interesting. They seem to like doing these a lot. This is racing hard tires. I don't think there's any weather involved, which that's fine with me. I'm not the biggest fan of weather. Yeah, but Nürburgring. Let me see if any friends of mine have posted times here. Like a Group 3 car. Medium tires are allowed. Oh no, hard. Whoops, not medium. Racing hard. Okay, so no friends have raced this track. This is a tough one too. I mean, you really gotta. This guy, wow, 7:59. These guys in these top times. I mean, it's just amazing. Some of the times these guys post. Top car looks like it's a Supra. I don't like the Supra personally. You know, it's got good top speed and everything. Nothing against it at all. I just personally don't like driving it. I'm more of either a vet. I like the AMG as well. BMW. Even the GTR, but the GTR I feel like is a little bit niche. There's some tracks where I'm totally fine racing the GTR. There's other tracks where I can't get the hang of it with the GTR. But yeah, typically if I use one of the, I like the front engine rear-wheel drive cars, and I tend to stick with the Corvette and the BMW. Those are my top two that I usually have a lot of success with. But you know, to each his own. I mean, hey, you know, I wish other cars were a little bit more viable. I see the Genesis getting used a lot more now. But I don't like the way the Genesis looks. I know that's a silly thing. I just don't like the way it looks. So I don't like driving it. But you know, hey, it's at the end of the day, it's a game. You know, you drive what you want and what you have the most fun with. So yeah, that's it. You know, I'll probably do a couple of these races this week. Try to get some good times. I mean, like I said, Group 1, I've definitely had some fun with Group 1, but it can take some getting used to. So, you know, I'll be on there trying to adapt. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my lengthy review of my past few races. Like I said, I just wanted to go over, you know, some of the highlights, some of the good races, a couple of not so good races, but you know, at the end of the day, keep racing. You know, it's a game, and you just want to have fun with it. You're gonna have good races, you're gonna have bad races. All right, thanks for watching. See y'all next time.